All right, we're going to do a 3-step process right now on how to wholesale pre-foreclosure leads. If you're an investor, wholesaler, maybe you're a realtor, whatever you are, whatever your role in the real estate transaction is, it is imperative right now that you start to shift your focus. Keep on doing what you're doing, but shift your focus and pivot and start to focus on helping pre-foreclosure sellers, because whether you like it or not, it's coming, it's here, in some markets a lot more than others. So, all right, I'm going to do this impromptu 3-step process for you guys. Very simplistic, very quick. So we're going to go over 3-step process. I don't know why the hell it's coming blue, but who knows? To wholesale pre-foreclosure deals. All right. Step number 1, we need to source the leads. That's step 1. We have to source the leads. So I'm going to do this for you now. I'm going to log into my prop stream now. Listen, guys, there's a million different sourcing companies to use. I personally use PropStream, so that's one I'm going to go through. RedX is another good one for pre-foreclosures. I've used them in the past. I just think PropStream is the shit. I think it's super user-friendly and it's cheap. It's like 99 bucks a month. And you get 7 days free if you want to just give it a test drive. All right, let's see. What are we going to use as an example? Let's use Cook County. Cook County is always my default. Cook County, Illinois, because there's a ton of pre-foreclosures there. All right, so we're going to type it into the search bar. Cook County, Illinois. Oh my Lord, over 10,000, just under 11,000 pre-foreclosures right here. So I'm trying to move this out of the way. There you go. All right, so Cook County, Illinois, you'll see right here, PropStream is so easy to use. It's so user-friendly. Look at this. It literally comes right up. You click pre-foreclosures. So 10,927. Now, this is a pro tip I'm going to show you guys. I highly suggest you do this. I'm going to filter out this list. I'm not just going to, see, okay, the gross amount of pre-foreclosures is 10,927. I'm going to filter this list out. We want to split this into 2 separate lists. All right. So I'm going to go to pre-foreclosures, status. We're going to just do the Liz pendants, because there's a difference between the Liz pendants and auction properties. A Liz pendants is when the homeowner is 90 days delinquent. The bank sends them a letter saying, hey, I'm letting you know that we just slapped the Liz pendants against you and we're starting the foreclosure filings. That's what a Liz pendants is, a notice of default, it's called. Whereas an auction property is the very end, the tail end of the foreclosure process, the pre-foreclosure process, when the bank actually says, I'm sorry, it's too late. We are auctioning off your property to the highest bidder. And then boom, they give you a date of when they're auctioning it. So there's 2 separate lists. You're going to market to these people differently because there's a different sense of urgency. So I would suggest, and the way I personally do it is, instead of just mailing all the pre-foreclosures at once or calling them, split it into 2 lists, Liz pendants and auction properties. That's what we're going to do here. So pre-foreclosures, notice of defaults, boom. Now you could see that instead of 10,927, the list is now 10,649. So we're going to click this right here because we want to select everything on the list. We're going to add it to a list, which I can't because there's too many properties, but whatever, you guys get the picture. Add it to a list. You would name the list Cook County, Illinois pre-foreclosure, save it, and then boom, you have your pre-foreclosures. All right. So that's step 1. We need to source the deals. You need to figure out whether it's PropStream, RedX, whatever system you prefer, figure out how you're going to source the actual deals. All right. Step number 2, now that we source the deals, step number 2 is skip trace, man. Got to skip trace. You got to know, we need homeowners' names. We need phone numbers. We need emails. We have to skip trace the hell out of this list. This is where it gets expensive, by the way, because PropStream is $100 a month, 7-day free trial. Not expensive. Importing the leads, I'm not even sure how much that cost, if anything. It probably might cost me a couple bucks, I'm not sure. But skip tracing, I'm going to show you right here, is where you're going to spend your money. Skip tracing on PropStream, every system's different, but it's going to be around this price. It's 12 cents a lead. So this is how we're going to do it. Go to skip trace and then select contacts. And I didn't create a list there, as you see, but let's just create a random list. Albany County pre-foreclosures. Boom. You're going to select all the contacts. And obviously, I'm not going to skip trace this because it's already done, but I'm just showing you guys how it would work. It's very simple. This is not rocket science. So you're going to skip trace all these. You're going to click done here. And then if I wanted to skip trace, I would place the order. But as you can see here, I already skip traced it. So there's no contacts that are even eligible. But anyway, that is step 2. So we have step 1, you need to source your leads, source the pre-foreclosure leads. Step 2, you got to skip trace them. And then when you skip trace them, let me go because I'm going too fast here. Skip tracing, let me explain what skip tracing is. When you skip trace leads, you get the owner's information. Because when you pull your list right here, okay, we pull the list. Well, that's great. We have the property address. And we have, tax information, public records, all that's great, but we can't reach out to the homeowner. When you skip trace, you get all the information on every property on the list. So you get the owner's first and last name, you get their phone number, typically multiple phone numbers, you get their email with PropStream, which I love because you could hit them from that angle too, and you have the property address. So you can mail them, and now you have the owner's information to mail them, pick up the phone and call them, email them, text message. It just opens up an array of different strategies for you to reach out. So you have to skip trace your leads. That's step number 2. And then step number 3 is action. Action, action, action. Reach out to the leads. You have to reach out to the leads and you have to test, okay? I don't know what's going to work for you in your market and your specific systems. You need to test multiple things. Pick up the phone and call. Text cold calling. Text SMS blast. Text mailing, emailing. You have to test all of these different methods, guys, and then track them, track the results. You can't just randomly test them because then you're not going to have an understanding of what's working. You need to test multiple methods of reaching out to pre-foreclosure leads. And then as you're testing it, you need to track and pay attention to what's working. Break down your response rates, break down your conversion rates, break down how many deals you get, track everything, understand the numbers, and then it's going to make sense what lead generation methods are working. Okay? You need to track everything, figure out what's working. Once you realize what's working in this step 3, that action, 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 once you figure out what's working, okay, phone calls are working, cool. Then you need to hyper focus and 10x the phone calls. Phone calls just as an example. So that's how you do it. 3 steps. We're going to recap 3 steps to wholesale pre-foreclosure leads. Step number 1, source the leads. Step number 2, skip trace, get all the owner's information. Step number 3, test multiple lead generation methods until you figure out what works for you.